Otilia Baraboi, for those of you who do not know her, is the executive director of the Alliance Française in Seattle, and the president and co-founder with Ileana of the American Romanian Cultural Society. With a rich background in French and English literatures, Otilia has dedicated over 2 decades to cultural and educational initiatives. She holds advanced degrees from Romania, Switzerland, and the US, and has taught French language and literature at the University of Washington for 17 years. In 2013, she co-founded ARCS, where she has been pivotal in promoting Romanian culture and heritage through various educational and cultural projects, including the Romanian Film Festival in Seattle. Otilia's leadership and contributions have been recognized by the Order of Merit in Education, the rank of Cavalier, by the Romanian president. Her work continues to foster dialogue and understanding across diverse cultural communities, making her a prominent figure in the cultural landscape of Seattle, and I would say within our wider diaspora community. Otilia, you have the floor, and maybe Otilia, you could also introduce your colleague, the secretary and VP of strategy at ARCS, Bacioiu, who's, I believe, also with us today.
Yes, I will let Anna joined us this year on the board. She is ARCS secretary, but she has been a supporter of our project since the very beginning in 2013. It is wonderful to have a family like hers. Her daughter came to our programs. They came to every edition of the Romanian Film Festival, and maybe I will let Anna say a few words about her involvement with ARCS and in our mission.
Yes, and Otilia, I can talk about the film about RANHA now, or I'll let you do your thing. First, I want to say, hey, everybody. So, although I'm from the high-tech world in Seattle, I was so happy to see Otilia and Ileana start a movie festival that was actually attended by locals who are Romanians or not so Romanians. So ever since it was a pleasure to be part of the team. And this year I was also part of the RANHA team of organizers. So yeah, that's what I have to say for now.
All right. So today I will focus, thank you, Theo, again for giving me the opportunity to present about the idea of ARCS and what inspired it. So I will try to be brief because I know we're running a little bit late. As you mentioned, we have a couple of projects that have taken wings since the very start. The Romanian Film Festival now is the 11th edition this year, and it's in partnership with the Seattle International Film Festival. We had a rough ride during the pandemic, but it was an opportunity for us to go national, actually, and we had at least about 3 editions with a program online that was shared by even co-sponsored by other Romanian American national organizations, and also by a few departments that study the area, even in Pittsburgh, in Georgetown, even the University of Georgetown. So it was, although it was tough during the pandemic, we came back, we landed on our feet, and we came back. So I'm not gonna add more about the Romanian Film Festival, except that since 2022, the festival exported its brand and logo to ARCS Detroit and ARCS Arizona. Here are a few highlights. The very first edition was sold out in 2014. And as you can see, it takes place at the largest cinema in Seattle, and it has the online component. ARCS heritage language programs are also, and we talked about it, we presented them in your conference before, but we have summer camps, we have language classes and classes for high schoolers, preparing them to get the ALTA exam and recognition for their bilingualism, and Ileana already mentioned that. we had I just want to mention it, but Ilana talked about it enough. The collaboration with World Affairs Council and Washington Office of Superintendent of Public Instruction. We got this grant 3 years in a row, and we actually were the fiscal sponsor for the other organizations. It was a big success for us. Our community benefited from instruction in Romanian for free every year, and also preparation for the ALTA exam, and then that allowed them access to the certificate of global competence from World Affairs Council, but also the certificate of Global Seal of Biliteracy, attesting their bilingualism. This is the very first edition, the 6th edition. We had 18 awardees when we started a collaboration with Romanian United Fund. Before that, the award was in collaboration with Alianța, where the awardees received their diplomas in the Embassy of Romania. Anna, you can say a few words now, and I know tomorrow there will be another panel on the award itself. So at this point, ARCS is, one of the organizers, but not the I'd say the lead.
Not the sole one, yeah. And it's been a pleasure to see the ways in which it grows, from addition to new award categories to the new ways in which kids have been praised and rewarded and put in the spotlights and offered opportunity. So I like to think that we will brainstorm and keep adding without necessarily making it fiscally irresponsible, right? So we can grow in a way that's, we can only grow a lot if we grow organically and responsibly, in a way that many kids can refer to RANHA as something that made them feel pride and something that maybe propels them somewhere good. So that's all I have to say.
And you
thanks to the
have
dream
also
team.
been part of the team implementing it this year. And my suggestion was to be under the federation with every year another organization should take the lead. And I think if ARCS would have the resources to do so next year, that would be wonderful. Turning it back and making sure that we all learn from all the expertise that was built over the years. And Otilia, if I might just add, some of the heritage language materials were developed by ARCS and are now disseminated and used by other schools and other communities. So it's a way to learn from each other. And we must give credit to the team at ARCS that has been a lead in this. And not many other states have been able to obtain the language accreditation at the state level as you have. So we still have lots and lots to learn from ARCS Seattle, and we thank you for being part of the federation and hopefully continue to play a very important role in it. Thank you again for this presentation. Did you want to continue?
Yeah, I won't go into details, but you talked about heritage language education. So these are a few, principles that we apply in our Romanian language programs. That means generate community-based content. So our content is based on events that we organize, so the kids can interact directly with personalities from the academic field or from the civic society activists, like you see here. This generated a lot of content that they could write about. Another example is the kids that generated films that were at the summer camp, and they were screened at the Romanian Film Festival. Again, one of the core, I would say, principle of heritage language education is to create meaningful content, not to study from books that we get from Romania. They're pretty much impossible to use for these kids in the US. So you can see here many of the guests that we had in our classes, like Ioana Cosmuța or Gina Bădescu. They are scientists recognized in the US who can inspire, can be models for our kids. And they came to our classes, and the kids were able to ask them questions in Romanian. This is the best way to produce language, actually, to make it mean something. And then the fingerprint is there, and it's there to stay. This is our model was always, that's why we called ourselves ARCS, more than it comes from American Romanian Cultural Society, but actually ARCS means arches and bridges, just exactly what Ileana mentioned before. At the local level, we have many partnerships, and at the national level, besides FORA and all the Romanian American organizations that we mentioned, since 2022, we opened actually these organizations, ARCS Arizona and ARCS Detroit, have a status of nonprofits called ARCS Arizona, ARCS Detroit. ARCS in Seattle, as you can see, we changed our logo. So actually there's no ARCS Seattle. It's only the American Romanian Cultural Society. We are, let's say, the mother organization, but we don't have a location. And you can see here, we worked with with designers, professional designers, to declinate the logo and add colors. Education is orange, heritage is blue, film is light blue, stage, visual arts, literature, showing the extent to our programs in all fields of artistic fields, and also the locations to be able to add the location. You can see here for this edition of the Romanian Film Festival, this is an example of the poster that both ARCS Detroit and ARCS Arizona shared. And you can see up here, this is the ARCS, the mother organization, and then Arizona and Detroit after on the poster itself. The trailer of the film festival is the same. The films can be different, but most of the selection is similar. The other festivals are smaller. Ours has about 10 films and also guests. And so the model you asked me to talk about, and I won't have time to go into details, but the model is the French Alliance, Alliance Française. You can see even chromatically, it's black and red. It wasn't really intended, but it came out like this from the very start, even from our very first logo. But you see the idea of arcs and circles and movement. And these are elements that we use on all our visuals. We have a very united brand, and we wanted to invest in this. This costed a lot of money. And we changed our website as well in order to be coherent, and in order to be able to export this model to other organizations that might be able to join. Our mission is purely cultural and educational. If for now we weren't pursuing aggressively, let's say, nationally to attract people to become part of the ARCS family. The other two organizations that were formed, they liked our mission and they contacted us directly. So at this point, we're not doing any formal proselytism. We just try to organize programs and,
Please replicate yourself.
Yeah,
if possible.
These programs take, wings or not, and we're at this stage. At this point, we're independently, we're independent financially. The state of Washington awarded us a very consistent grant for 3 years that will allow us to flourish, and without the support of the Romanian state, which ceased as of this year. So we have a very generous community that supports us since the beginning, and Anna is representative of this community. And we hope to be able to continue to grow and bring in the new generation. And Anna is her job on ARCS board is to create ARCS youth, actually, and develop it.
Thank you for everything you do. You are a role model for many, many of us, and we look up to your programs, and we learn from them, and we had done so in the past. We look forward to continue to do so. You are greatly valued, and it's only you can replicate ARCS in many cities, it's hard to replicate your personalities and your dedication. And that is what we need now in every diaspora hub in the United States. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Thank you.
We're thrilled to have you featured again this year.